Well, hello. I am at Black Rock Mountain State Park in North Georgia, and it's really beautiful. I'm enjoying camping here. I've been here a couple of days. It is cool. I have not had to use the air conditioning, just keeping all the windows open and having a fabulous breeze come in. It's been really, really nice. And I've had a lot of people stop by wanting to take a look at Betty. And so I thought, well, if I'm showing people in the campground what Betty looks like while I'm actually using her, I should do a video. So this is a walkthrough of how she looks in use. It's a little messy inside, but this is a typical campsite day for me. And I have done a couple of minor modifications, which I'm going to show you. I have lots planned, and I'm testing a new bed system. The existing bed was just too much bed for me, so I've gone ahead and pulled it all apart, and I've put in a much smaller frame, and this is actually the trip that I'm testing it out. Thus far, pretty happy. Once I've got it all tweaked out, I'm going to build it out of aluminum. Right now it's just wood. But I'm excited to show you. So I will take you through Betty as best I can. I'm doing it with my cell phone with one hand, showing you things with the other. It's going to be a little jittery, a gritty video at best. Here we go. So this is basically how Betty looks when you walk up to her at the campground. I've taken to putting a sign on the outside. It's a little chalkboard that I've put magnets on the back, and it says either welcome or taking a nap. Alfie is usually standing at the door welcoming people, and I'm trying my towel. This is actually a pretty handy gadget that works really well on these windows. I'll have to figure out where I got that and put a link to it. Oh, yep, there's the sign. It says welcome. Let's go on inside. Oh, the awning. Notice that it's out about 18 inches or so, which is how I like to keep it. Handy to stop water and a little sun from coming in the screen door area when it's open. Anyway, come on in. As you can see, normally when I'm camped, I have my chairs turned around to face in. Oh, that bag. So I've discovered one of the easiest ways to get ready for trips is to have one item that acts as a catch-all, and that's what I've chosen to use. It's a soft-sided laundry bag, and I can throw everything in there, pull it in and out as needed. Anyway, I generally keep the seats turned in towards the center of Betty, creating that really nice dining room area. You can see Alfie's chair in the middle, and there's his little chew toy. But that makes it nice and airy and open, and that way when people do stop in, it's nice and roomy for everybody. This is one of the first mods that I did. It was intended to be a temporary stopgap until I figured out something better. And a year plus later, I'm still using it, and I've been very happy with it. So I'm not currently seeing a need to change it out. It has worked really well. It's short enough to allow air to come through the bottom. I can still get up to the cubby at the top. It creates really great privacy, and it's super easy to just slide that across when I'm parked anywhere, or I just don't want anyone seeing in the cab. There is a how-to video in the works. As you can see, I've got it set up for work. And there's a pillow that my friend gave me. Very often Betty has more animals in it than humans. Anyway, oh, my cupboards. Yes, you're going to discover I'm quite the pack rat. I'm really just showing you this to show how much stuff you can actually get in those little cupboards. And, oh yeah, I searched long and hard looking for the perfect little doodads for all of my spice mixtures, and I was really excited to find these. They fit perfectly. But I actually have a whole video about organizational bits and pieces coming soon. Yes, breakfast dishes still in the sink. I've actually used this little catch-all that I hang on those hooks. I found it at like Big Lots for $1 or something like that. But it's super handy just to be able to throw leash, wipes, last-minute bits and bobs in there. And I have a trash can underneath. Kitchen setup works well for me. You can see all my fruit and coffee and bits and pieces. And turns out the microwave handle is very handy for hanging bananas. I use the microwave for storage, but I actually cook with it, so I'm really happy it's there. My refrigerator is jam-packed. But I've noticed on this trip in particular that it's not been as noisy as usual. This is about as packed as it's ever been. So I don't know if that's just wishful thinking or an actual thing. But the drawers, wait till you see what I've done to this top drawer. So it comes with a standard cutlery divider, but don't mind all the junk that I have in there. Look what I found. Slideys. These are containers that I found that just happen to be the absolute perfect fit, which creates a second layer on top of the cutlery dividers, and they slide and they come out. These have been really, really helpful. As you can tell, I have far too many bits and pieces, but the drawer holds them all and works. So yay! The other mod that I am working on is a sliding basket system in the pantry. This one's working out really well for me. However, I'm going to make the basket taller and I'm going to raise that shelf up. That's just a personal preference, but that's been super helpful. I don't have to keep crouching down to get things. The other mod I did is, well, first of all, there's these little hanging basket doodads that fit on the doors perfectly. I'm using one here. But I turned this little cupboard under the bench into a shoe rack. It worked out really well. There's no drilling, screwing, or anything there. It's all done with tension. And I can show you guys how that was made at some point in time. So the bathroom is pretty standard fare. I will note that I tried using suction cups, but probably because of the heat, unsuccessful in anywhere except for the mirror and the refrigerator door. Here we go. If you know anything about the Aktiv, you will see that I have gained that much floor space by making my bed smaller. I just didn't need that giant bed, so I've gone ahead and made it a double, and that has allowed me to put in these drawers, which end up acting like a bedstand, and I keep my clothing in there. It's really nice. And I have a little system on the other side too with other shelves and baskets, and clearly far more stuff than I need. Anyway, the underneath area is Alfie's safe place. This is a temporary little stopgap I put in just to make sure that the inverter never gets blocked. It's super important that there is airflow for the inverter. But this little safe place of Alfie's is where I leave him when I leave him in the vehicle alone. So I put his gate up, I pull a curtain, and I set the air conditioner to run. When it turns on, it kind of funnels down the curtain and goes through that hole that I've created now by shortening the bed. And it's very effective at keeping that temperature controlled back there. And this is an added bonus. Voila! I'm going to do it again. Voila! So I raised the bed up a couple of inches, and that allowed me to create this additional sliding counter space. which has proven to be very useful. I keep a tray in there, which is what I use to carry things back and forth from picnic tables, etc. And I just used a boot tray for now, which happened to be the perfect length. And it's sliding on the existing support structure that was built into the original Hymer. So super, super handy. I use it a lot when I'm washing dishes. If I want to dry them, I just put my little drying towel down, and there you have it. So I actually have another sliding system like this on the back side for keeping tools and bits and bobs on. So I'm pretty pleased about that. Because I raised the bed up a little bit, I do need a step stool to get up into bed. But the beautiful thing is, now that I have that additional floor space, I'm short, but I can stand there without standing on a stool, and I can physically reach all of the cabinets. If you've ever been in a Hymer Aktiv with the bed down and you are short, you will know that this is a pretty major deal. So that was a really nice added bonus of having created the smaller bed. This system is just far more functional for me. It's working out really well, and I'm going to go forward with building it properly. And I'm going to be doing a how-to video on that. I did my dishes. There you go. This is them drying. And actually, I did it to show you this gizmo. It's an all-in-one sink unit that has a twisty stopper in it and a drying rack. I use this a lot. It allows me to wash dishes and dispose of that water elsewhere without putting it in my gray tank, which extends any kind of boondocking that I might be doing. So really lucky to have found something that fits perfectly. Anyway, I'm going to tidy up a little bit here, put everything away, and it's time to relax. And in case you were wondering, Alfie's favorite space is sitting on the passenger seat, taking long, long naps. There he is. And I tend to sit on the driver's seat, and if I'm not working, invariably I've got my feet up on the bench seat, and I'm gazing out of the sliding door, looking at whatever view is currently there. So we hope that you have enjoyed this little peek into our world. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.